Well, hello, everyone. We are going to have our long awaited Leticia update as I finally have some more decent information to talk about. Well, the states have filed, and it looks like Illinois is the one that wants her. Yes. Now, you know how Leticia does not like to be apprehended? So they're letting her skate on Wisconsin. From what I gather, she had a fender bender, almost ran someone over in an attempted escape. Apparently, there's creators that didn't know about this Leticia fund, but Leticia doesn't go quietly. Well, in her not going quietly, she did do enough to get herself in serious trouble, and Wisconsin is going to let her skate. Now, that is the state of her birth. And I thought, being the fact that she technically is a native, they might hold her to a standard. No. Wisconsin is just going to ship her out. Now, the thing is, she has contest time. And that's why I've not bothered to make a video until this point. Because she can contest this, I think, for about 60 days. Now, we know that she does dumb things. Now, in her mind, she might be thinking she's getting time served, but the time served is going to be at the place, the state she committed the offense in. It's not going to be in Wisconsin. She's just in custody right now. Now, once again, Leticia logic, she makes anything seem to be whatever she wants to be to fit her narrative at any given moment. So she's best off not contesting this and just going. But this is Leticia. I expect her to be troublesome. I expect her to not do what's in her best interest. So I expect that she will contest the 2 months. And, right now we're almost middle of November. She could contest until the middle of January. Now, apparently the other 2 southern states did not file for her. And those would be on the false reporting charges. So, they'll basically catch her on those if she goes back to those states. So, it's looking like to me, unless another governor's warrant comes in on her from either Missouri or Arkansas, which I don't think there will be, she'll just have to face justice in Illinois, which is at least 3 threatening people charges, and I'm not sure if they kept the failure to appear or not. That's compared to her other charges. Now, once again, because she has passed multiple psychological evaluations in multiple states, this will hurt her in court. Now, once again, it's all going to depend on her judge. You remember how in Arkansas, the system worked up to a point, and then she got a judge. And then that judge put her back on the street. Now, this is where we're looking at right now. That she's probably just going to go to Illinois to face justice. And the 2 southern states will just be outstanding charges. So, she's just got to beat one judge. Once again, all she has to do is get in the head of one judge and she's all good. Now, they're also likely going to give her a plea on some of this. Now, this is a catch-22. Because if you put her on probation, you have to keep her in your state. The area that she was in trouble at was a nicer area. I personally do not think they're going to want Leticia sticking around for a probation stint, especially years. Were you or I, they'd be more than happy to make us report in every month. Leticia's a problem enough, I think they're just going to want her gone. Now, I'm not sure how this resolves itself in court. A lot of it depends on that judge. Illinois does tend to be a more liberal place, but the nicer places tend to be a little harder on the hammer, we might say. So I'm not sure how this is going to pan out. It's all going to depend on her draw of the judge in Illinois. Now, the funny thing is, if she would not fight extradition, she might be back out in the street in a few months. Just saying, depending. Now, on the other hand, we know that she doesn't go halfway with anything. And I have no knowledge or fact that she is contesting it. But I expect it. You expect it if you watch Leticia. Just saying. So yes, and that's why I've not been giving constant updates, because once again, most of the time there's not going to be anything to say. Right now, Leticia's had a ball thrown at her. It's in her court. Now, once again, I would waive extradition and get this on my way. But once again, Leticia merges everything into what she wants. So in her mind, she's getting time served right now. But it's not that way. She's not in custody of the state that has the charges upon her. See, that's where she's going to go wrong with the waiting 2 months. Sometimes there's a time to fight an extradition, and there's a time not to. Now, in reality, most of the time, it's not beneficial to you to fight an extradition. That's only if you're up for things like capital charges or something horrible. You want to slow that system down as much as you can. Now, these aren't these kind of things. These are, I wouldn't say typical things like I started to, but because with Leticia, nothing is typical. And this is a lot of Leticia's problem. So yes, Leticia will be going to Illinois. It's all a question of when. If she goes now and doesn't be a poo-poo head, she could possibly be back to us in what we would consider a reasonable time. Months. Now, once again, Leticia being Leticia, she's going to go, no. Because it's her only power now. To go, no, I'm not going. So if she does that, she wastes 2 more months of her life, which is what I will expect will happen. And that's, once again, like I say, why we're not harping on Leticia updates, because I don't want to make videos for no reason. It's not a good look for me, or to just constantly title Leticia in a video and say we're just sitting here in a holding pattern. But yes, I have something to tell you, and that's basically it. Now, once again, what will Leticia do? Now, once again, that is a question, but in a way it is rhetorical, because it's just like the coyote. Because we know the coyote goes over the cliff, and he goes, and then you see the mushroom cloud comes up, and you get a that's all, folks. So everyone, please put your comments below, and that's all, folks.